Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A fresh start to the week begins on a green note as far as Dalal Street is concerned. The Nifty is just about in the green, 42 points higher, 24,785. Major other indices are also in the green, but it's a very modest gain if you look at it. The top gaining index today is the Nifty Auto Index. The GST rejig continues to draw investors, traders, and of course long-term players into the auto index. 2.5% higher, 26,988 for the auto index. Out of 15 stocks in the auto index, 13 are in the green. Overall, we track about 19 indices for you. Out of 19, about 17 are in the green, and the top loser is the IT index, down about 200 points. Nothing to be worried about. 34,434 as far as the IT index is concerned. Overall, the mood is fairly bullish on Dalal Street. The advanced decline ratio is 2:1. 1,700 shares are in the green, 837 are in the red. So broadly, you have a lot of activity on the long side. Let's just first focus on the auto stocks. Look at TVS Motors. It continuously is making fresh highs. 35.63 today, 2.5% higher. There is a very strong move coming into Ashok Leyland, 4.5% higher today at 137. There was a transaction that Ashok Leyland has done with the Japanese automaker on the battery side of auto ancillaries, and that's reflecting very well on Ashok Leyland. Apart from that, you have Eicher Motors and Uno Minda that are at fresh record highs. 67.15 for Eicher Motors, 2% higher. Uno Minda 1.9% higher, 13.22. Fresh record highs are also seen on gold financing companies. Manappuram now at 295, 3.5% higher. Muthoot Finance now crossing 2,900. You have 2.36% uptick. It's fairly simple. Record highs on the underlying precious metal, which is gold, helps these companies to disperse larger amount of loans on the same size of the metal, as also their inventories get revalued higher. So it's a win-win situation for them. Lots of activity in terms of gainers in companies like GMDC, again record high, 6.8% higher, 544 for you. This is the rare earth play that has come in, and of course the annual balance sheet of the annual report of GMDC, when it came about 4 days ago, highlighted a lot of positivities, and that is doing great. Adani Power 5% higher. Remember, they've announced a 5-for-1 stock split, so this is doing pretty well. You have a strong move coming into EMS companies such as Kainos Technologies, Syrma, both up 4%, and of course who can forget Tata Motors now above 700, 715, 3.5% higher. Now let's look at stocks that are in terms of profit booking on the back foot. You have Blue Star slipping 3% lower. You have Godfrey Phillips down 2.5%. Nothing to be worried about. These are the stocks that had run up very, very sharply. So this is how it goes. There are no new lows in the market. That's really positive in terms of buyers only, which is the circuit space, which we often track about. There is Suven Pharma, 5% higher at 233.36. There is BGR Energy, 220 rupees, 5% higher. And of course, there is JP Power, 5% higher at 20 rupees, 20 paisa. Lots of interesting things are also happening on the internet space. Look at MobiKwik. Friday, it rose 20% after getting beaten black and blue over the last 4.5 months. Now, after Friday's 20% move, the counter is again up 20%. My apologies, 11%. So 326 for you, but still way below a lot of previous highs that we've seen. TBO Tech, this is the company that arranges for travel. again amongst big winner. TBO Tech is the top performing stock in terms of percentage rise in internet companies. That's doing very well. There's no stopping M&M, again fresh record high, 327 for you at 3.27% higher at 3677. So lots of interesting counters are now up in the vicinity. Of course, auto and auto all the way. One interesting thing I wanted to mention amongst the auto index was the level at which the index is. Remember, ever since 15th of August, which is actually 18th, 15th was a holiday. 18th of August, the counter was at 24,000 and the index is now at 27,000. So that's the rally that's happened. And of course, we will just be hitting a record high this week as far as the auto index is concerned. This was last seen in September 2024 when the index actually hit 27,700. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the state of play. Look at Hyundai. Hyundai is also at a record high, the Korean automaker, today up 2.57%. In the last 1 month or so, the counter is up 5.7%. And if you see the previous 3-month performance, it's up 17%. So a lot of activity which is coming in the auto space is across the board, whether it's two-wheelers like Eicher Motors, TVS Motors, whether it's four-wheelers like Tata Motors, to some extent even Hyundai, or whether it's commercial makers, vehicle makers such as Ashok Leyland. All of them are in top space. In terms of auto ancillaries, a lot of movement is also happening on Munjal Auto. They make shock absorbers, 9% higher at 96.77%. Talbros Auto, 5.5% higher at 293. And similar gains are seen on Shriram Pistons, 4% higher. Sona Comstar, 3.5% higher. Precall now above 500. This is 2.3% higher. So a lot of activity happening in the broader market. The Adani Group is in very good shape. Out of the 10 stocks that we track, of them, 9 of them are in the green. Of course, led by Adani Power, where you see this 5-for-1 stock split happening. In terms of high beta counters, you have a strong move coming into Megasoft, 5% higher at 150. Valiant Technologies, 2.6% higher at 942. And of course, CDSL, Angel One, all of these counters are in top shape. So broadly, while volume would not be much, Ola Electric is 763 crores. After 2-3 days of successive profit booking, Ola is back in the green. You have Tata Motors trading at 732 crores. So these are positive developments because Tata Motors, remember, has seen very, very bad days. The counters actually halved. So from a high of about 1100, the counter slipped below 700 over the span of maybe 5-6 months. And now you see value buying coming in after the GST rate cut. One more counter I would like to highlight is Car Trade. This is the online car buyer and reseller. Car Trade is at 2634, about 1% higher, but very, very strong momentum happening on the net space as far as auto ancillaries are concerned. Overall, if you look at the F&O space, you have only and only auto stocks controlling sentiment. Bharat Forge is up 6%, the top F&O gainer at 1200. Ashok Leyland, as we pointed out, 4.5% higher, 136. Motherson Sumi, 4% higher, 98.5. Sona Comstar, 3.6% higher at 457. And then, of course, the list of M&M, Tata Motors, Hero Motors, TVS Motors, Bajaj Auto, the list is endless. In the top 15 gainers on F&O, I am sure 10 of them are auto stocks. So that's the broad structure of the market, ladies and gentlemen, today. It's a fresh start. We sit on 8th of September and lots of momentum building up in the auto space, the auto ancillary space. gold financing space, NBFC space, and to some extent smaller IT companies. Do stay tuned to Business Today Television. There's a lot that's happening on the other side of the break, and I'll be back at 3 p.m. Thank you.
The fashion world